Hey guys, it's Becky. I am back with another process video. Today for this layout, I am going to be using just scraps that I had. I was going through my scrap bin here a couple days ago and I was trying to divide the scraps into colors or whatnot. I'm just trying to get a rein on these scraps. There are so many of them. It's out of control, and there's this piece of me that I'm like, I don't want to throw them in the trash, but if I'm going to use them, the only thing I'm going to be using for the next year, all of 2018, will be scraps. And I'm just not interested in doing that. So I still don't know what I'm going to do about my scraps at this point, but I am using them on this layout. So right here, I took this blue piece, I bordered it with the diagonal, and I'm going to do that again on the other side. Here, I thought I was just going to use the two colors, the black and the kind of aqua-y teal color. This is a piece of music note paper also pulled out of my scrap bin. Everything is, like I said. And it's not going to stay there, but I did pull it out because it was black and white, so I thought that would work pretty good. Pulled out some pictures. I'm trying to find what picture I might want to use. See, I wanted to play when I got home last night. It was Friday night, and every Friday night, that's what I do. I just scrapbook on Friday nights. I know that is my time. There's when I get home from work until I decide I'm going to go to bed, that is my time. That is when I'm going to scrapbook. So I went through some pictures. I ended up going with this one of Tasha. Now, I think I might have scrapbooked this one before, but I send it to her. This layout is going to end up being a 9x12, so it is one that I am going to keep. I guess if I do some layouts of the girls that are 9x12, I can send them to them and send them 9x12 page protector for it, but then I have to remember I need one for the opposite side of their album. That's a little too much to keep up with. I can't even keep up with my own stuff, right? So, as you can see right here, I used the back of, it was a pattern paper that was in a paper pad that I didn't love, the paper. So that's going to be the background. It's just the back side of it. It's white. And then I have the stripe with the aqua teal on top. Here I decide I'm going to distress the edges with some scissors, and then I'm going to staple down this corner. The second staple didn't come out right, so I'm going to pull it out and do it again. I am going to end up taking this away and doing some stitching on it, and I do not show that on my video. And the reason why I do not show that is because I was having some technical difficulties, and those will follow me throughout this video, these technical difficulties. Here is a piece of pink paper on the branding strip. Words, right? On the branding strip, it said live, laugh, love or something like that. And I think this might be Scraptastic. I'm not sure. I went ahead and measured it, and it was I think it was 8.5 by 12, or is it 12 by 8.5? I don't know. I ended up cutting off a half of the inch of the tall side, so that it'd be 11.5 by 8.5. So then I can have a 1/2 inch border around two sides of the pink. Does that make sense? I think that does. I'm going to go ahead and stick it down at the base, and then I'm going to pull out my trimmer and trim this whole piece down to be 9x12. So I'll have a 1/2 inch of white on two sides, right there, like that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start working on the rest of the base. Now on the stripe paper, on the first piece I put down, it's just flush with that aqua paper, but the second piece I put down, it overhangs a little bit. Can you see that right there? It's poking up at the top. Here's a branding strip I found. It was in my scraps, and it has the days of the week on it. I don't know why I was married to using that, but I just knew I wanted to use this branding strip, and I'm going to move it around quite a bit. In the end, I will end up cutting it apart and putting some on the top and then some on the bottom. I think this pink paper right here that I am going to mat this photo in, I think that is a Dear Lizzie piece. and it's just a deep pink. I did also back my photo in a piece of kind of a chipboard. You know that little chipboard piece that come when you buy a photo paper, there's a little chipboard piece in there. It's kind of thin. I used that to map my photo with. It's probably not acid free, so who knows. I don't know. I don't really care about that. So I'm playing with this branding strip again. I'm gonna go try and figure out where I want this layout to be. You can see the fold ended up being down at the bottom instead of the top, and I thought, what happens if I fold the second layer? Well, this is what happens, and I end up going with it. I'm like, well, I like that. We're gonna go with that. So that's what I did. Right, like here, I do staple that down on one of the edges, and actually I originally stapled it down on two of the edges and I didn't like it, so I pulled out one of the staples. At this point, I do believe that my pages are already stitched together. Here are some thickers, and I don't have them in packaging anymore, so I don't know what they're called, and I don't know what collection they're from. So I am going to pull out the here and now and move this around the page. That's going to serve as my title. But first I need to figure out where I want to put it. That corner of that photo, I do kind of tuck it under that fold a little bit in the end. Right here is where it ends up going. That now is going to go over the photo, and I wanted that O. I didn't want any of the photo mat to show through the O, the center of the O, so I had to position it just right. And then the and is going to go above the now, and then the here is going to go above the photo. Right here I'm looking for some liquid glue. I could not find. I have like 3 of those fine line bottles on my desk and I couldn't find any. As you can see, a lot of this is cut out around where my page is. You don't really want to see it, but it is a disaster, and you can see it's encroaching in on my creating space. This is pretty bad. So right there's this pack of stickers over to the left. Those are Dear Lizzie, and I ended up finding a second pack of that when I was looking for pieces to embellish this page with, and I am going to use pieces off of both packs. Right here I had cut that branding strip into 2 pieces, and I am going to put some double-sided tape, or no, foam tape on both pieces and stick them down where I had them. This is acetate piece. It's from one of the Paige Evans collections, and I thought I would just tuck this up under there, but I am going to glue it down. I'm putting some ATG tape on the leaf and tucking the leaf under it. In the end, it ends up going away. This pack right here is Me and My Big Ideas, and has all these sparkly pieces, and I got these when I first started scrapbooking, which hasn't been that too terribly long. You know, it hasn't been that long, only a couple years, but I still have this pack. It's like I bought them. I thought they were so cute, and I have hardly used them. So I did pull out some pink sparkly pieces because I thought that looked good with that teal sparkly in the title. And I do end up using 2 of those pieces, but not where they are. Right here is one of the Dear Lizzie pieces, or one of the Dear Lizzie packs, and I'm pulling out the hearts and stars that are on that pack and kind of scattering them around the page. You can see I had already taken off that transparency that was tucked under those corners, and this is where I pull out one of the Dear Lizzie flower pieces. This pack of Dear Lizzie, it had that big floral piece, and I stick it up underneath that corner so it's just poking out. In the end, it is just going to have a heart, not that Me and My Big Ideas glittery heart, but it's going to have a heart and an enamel dot down there. Actually, there's going to be 2 enamel dots down there because I did pull out some silver glitter ones and tuck them under. So right here down at the bottom where it says Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, I am going to tuck that priorities sticker that was from the Dear Lizzie pack, and I'm going to put one of the hearts, and I'm also going to put an enamel dot by there. Up here at the top, this is where I'm going to have some technical difficulties. Up here at the top, I found my other Dear Lizzie pack, and I am going to put down another one of those flowers those big floral bunches and kind of tuck it under. There's going to be a black puffy heart and a pink enamel dot, and there's also going to be that silver glittered enamel dots just kind of tucked under that strip. I did take out the Heidi Swap color Shine in Black, and I gave that a splatter around the page. I did have a big blob by that pink glittered heart I didn't love, so I stuck a little kind of teal aqua enamel dot over it. And this is how it ends up looking. So guys, I want to thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time. Bye guys.